Okay, where do I start? Welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be talking about a topic that a lot of people have actually had questions on. I didn't think I was gonna do like a follow-up on this topic just because I didn't think that anybody would be interested, but after so many people have asked me questions, I thought maybe I should do this type of video. I'm talking about gallstone. As you can tell, I'm talking about gallstone. Wait, that doesn't make sense. I got my gallbladder removed when I was 14 weeks pregnant, and a lot of people have had questions. I didn't realize how many people out there had gallstones while they were pregnant. I'm gonna talk about everything from the start to the finish of my gallstones, my pregnancy and all of that. So if you guys are interested, just keep on watching and I will try and answer as many questions as I can think of, since I did have the surgery a few months ago. So the first thing that I want to talk about is indicating whether or not you have gallstones or not. I had a really bad sharp pains in my stomach for a really long time, actually for a couple of years. I was working. I work at a call center and I'm sitting down all the time, and like it was so bad. Like my stomach hurt so bad. I began to be like, I got lightheaded. I felt like I was going to vomit. I was very nauseous. I thought it was all because of the pregnancy. I think I could probably compare it to childbirth. I know a lot of people say that childbirth and gallstone attacks are either the same or worse, like gallstones are worse. I would say it would be worse to have gallstone pain, but childbirth hurts a lot, so I'm gonna say that giving birth is a lot harder, but don't take my word for it. I did consult with a surgeon. He was really nice, but he was kind of not wanting to do it at first. That's kind of the vibe that I got off of him. I told him that I wanted the surgery if it was safe. He says that there has been some cases where when a woman is pregnant and they do perform this kind of surgery, that there's always risks, basically. He gave me my risks. He told me that the baby would be born with either birth defects, I could miscarry, I could have a stillborn, but they're very low chance. I was still terrified, and I didn't know. It was kind of like, I don't know if I should do it. I don't know if I should. I don't want to put my baby in jeopardy. But then everybody was saying, well, you need to get them removed because it's dangerous as well. So either way, I didn't know what I was doing, okay? So I just did what I thought was best for me and the baby. So they gave me my options. I could do the normal surgery when they just, you know, it's a big slit, like this big, probably even bigger, I don't know, but it's a big cut. Or I could get it laparoscopy, I think is how you pronounce that. If I am not pronouncing that right, I'm sorry. And it was just, I believe, three incisions or 3 holes. So they'll put one in your belly button. They'll put one on the side of you. Actually, no, there's 4. I have one up here. It's a little tiny scar. You can hardly see that one. I have one right here. And then I have one on my belly button. Excuse me. And then I have 2 right here. The recovery time for that was 7 to 10 days. And I won't have a big scar. My stomach won't be open on the surgical table thing. And I was pregnant. So I was like, yeah, this sounds better than to be slit. So I chose the laparoscopy, and I absolutely am very glad that I chose that one. A lot of people told me that doing it the normal way is actually a lot more painful. So if you guys are planning on, like, if you can't determine which way to go, I would go for the laparoscopy because it is a lot less painful, and recovery time is 7 to 10 days. The way it happened is they brought me back to some room and I sat there for about 2 hours. They put the IV in me, and they prepared pretty much my body for surgery. Then they took me back. They injected something in me and it burned a lot, so I'm assuming it was probably the anesthesia. Then they took me to the surgical room. Now I wish they wouldn't have done that because at this point I was freaking out. They put me in the bed where they were going to do the surgery. I looked up and there was big flashy lights in my face. It looked like Grey's Anatomy. Then they put something over my face. They asked me, I think, to count. I don't even remember. And then I fell asleep and I woke up extremely exhausted. I was so tired. I remember asking how my baby was, and they told me that they checked her heartbeat and it was 160 or 150 beats per minute, I think. The recovery, I thought they were going to stitch me up. They did not stitch my incisions. They put surgical glue in my incisions. They put surgical glue all up in my belly button, and it was the most uncomfortable thing ever because it was just like a big glob of glue in my belly button. You can feel that. It's disgusting. When I would get up to use the restroom or whatever, my stomach felt so heavy that I had to literally like grab my stomach and hold it up because, girl, I'm chunky. I'm not skinny. So I had a panza, you know. So I had to hold my stuff together. Getting up was the worst. You don't really realize how many stomach muscles you actually use until you go through something like that. The first 2 days is the worst. The first night was the freaking worst. You can't really eat the same. I remember that when, like, after I had my surgery, nothing sounded good to me. I just ate when I was hungry and I would eat very little. I lost quite a bit of weight during this as well. I was very sore for the first week after my surgery, and then after the first week passed, I felt a lot better. It was immediate, like, it wasn't immediate relief because I felt like crap until a week later, and after the week was up, I feel so much better. I do eat whatever I want still. Now, as far as the baby was concerned throughout this whole thing, man, your babies and like the body of a woman, they're so strong. Like, I can't even put into words how strong the woman's body is. It's ridiculously insane. But the baby is 100% perfect. She was born 100% perfect. So here she is. She looks just like her dad, of course. It's really ridiculous. It's not fair, but whatever. I'm not going to complain. She's healthy and she's beautiful. I gave birth to a very healthy 7-pound, 13-ounce baby. She was huge, and she's not as big as a lot of babies, but to me she was huge because she was bigger than Lorenzo. Alright, sorry guys, my freaking camera died, but it's charging right now. I have it on the tripod. I'm just going to do my outro now because I need to breastfeed the baby, but thank you guys so much for watching. I hope that this was helpful to you. I hope I answered a lot of your questions. If you have gallstones and you're pregnant, don't worry about it. You'll be fine. Just keep faith. Have faith. Do a lot of research before you actually make a decision like this. And yeah, I gotta go. Bye!